And welcome to another episode of Wrestling with Bros. This is Big Baby Ben.
Judas Black, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it.
That's right. We're back. We're back. We took a small break, but here we are. Royal Rumble. It's WrestleMania season, brother. How you doing?
Man. WrestleMania season, man. My boy, he's going to have to be defending that title now. So, the Royal Rumble, whoo, man. There's been some hard-hitting stuff lately on Friday Night SmackDown, man. I don't know. Roman may not be able to hang on to that belt with how hungry these competitors are. So,
it's Royal Rumble season, but Seth Rollins with a major injury. And I know you're a Seth Rollins guy, so do you want to cover this for me?
yeah, so it was an MCL tear and what was the other? It was two different tears. But I believe they were in his knee. We watched him clutch at his leg on Monday Night Raw when he was facing Jinder Mahal. Quote unquote Jinder Mahal. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. It was a good match, but honestly, Seth carried Jinder through most of it for somebody that was supposed to be a legendary wrestler and one-time WWE champion himself. He really didn't show it in the match. I mean, he just kept trying to go for a lot of the same stuff, such as the Colossus, and thinking he was going to get a quick one over on Seth like he did with Randy back in 2015. And we're like, nah, that's not going to happen. Not with Seth Rollins. You got to take a punch to the back of the head. What you going to do? So, he did win that match, but it looked like at one point when he rolled into a certain position, he clutched his knee when he hit his knee. So, here's to wishing Seth Rollins, luck in his future here regarding the wrestling business. And also, as a performer for us. And we feel really bad for you, man, that you got to give – more than likely you're going to have to give up that world title for a certain period of time so you can go away and heal, get better and come back badder than ever and be able to just pick up where you left off and regain that world title. But I don't know. We'll find out on Monday Night Raw exactly what the plan is. But it's not looking too bright for him at this current moment.
I've recently I've never really been a big Seth guy, but I give Seth respect. You know that. Man, this injury isn't the same one from 2015 that took him out.
Yes, it is. Yes, that's what I'm understanding. It's the exact same injury that took him out back in 2015 when he was going to do, I believe he was going to do he did a flip over the top of Kane. It was going for the buckle bomb, and his whole knee just gave out. We watched the whole thing unfold as it happened, and oh man, it was bad, bro. It was really bad.
So, world title, we don't know if it's going to be relinquished. We don't know if he's going to be able. I mean, clearly he can't wrestle. If these injury rumors are true. And Seth Rollins, he is opening up Monday Night Raw tomorrow night, which we will be live covering. Please tune in tomorrow night. Also, 7 p.m. Monday Night Raw. Going to be an amazing watch along.
Yes, it is.
But
yes, it is.
Where does that leave the world title?
I'm just telling, man. You got multiple people that are very well deserving of that title.
Absolutely.
You got Damian Priest, Mr. Money in the Bank. He could come out on Monday Night Raw when Seth says, I have to give this up, and start running his mouth on Seth and, lure him into some sort of a quick squash match where he cashes his Money in the Bank, says, oh, I don't think you can wrestle, and blah, 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 blah. And then Judgment Day could come out, help him take out Seth, and then he cashes in his Money in the Bank briefcase, and boom, Damian Priest is your new world champion. You've also got Drew McIntyre. CM Punk. There's a multitude of names that could potentially be on the line.
Bobby Lashley.
Fight for that title. Bobby Lashley. Now, currently, Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits are in that feud with the Last Testament. Is their name. Loving that tag team, by the way. The Last Testament.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. The Authors of Pain, Karrion Kross. And what's the Authors of Pain's manager's name? I can't remember it.
Oh, man. I can never remember it, but he's a hell of a manager. Oh, man. What is it?
Oh, let me look here, brother. I'm going to look it up really quick. We got to get the fans the name.
Oh, yeah.
Paul Ellering.
Yep, there you go.
Paul Ellering, man, he just looks wicked. He just looks dark and twisted. And hello, Wrestling Bitch 29. And then we've also got Scarlett in the group. It's like
that's even more deadly. 2 managers.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, now the group Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, they need a female as well. So that way we can have that perfect eight man woman tag match.
So you got to think Montez Ford, that equals Bianca Belair, right?
That's a very good possibility, brother. Very good possibility.
So much going on, but now we kind of shift from WWE for a moment. I know we don't do that very often on this podcast. We're WWE marks, Dylan Musso and AEW mark. CM Punk's back, Dylan. He's back, and he's going to main event WrestleMania, and it's going to be amazing. Much love, man. Much love. But anyway. WrestleMania season, Royal Rumble. There's a title right there.
Roman's title, baby.
And speaking of Roman, we move into the Royal Rumble, and we kind of go to SmackDown, this Friday, and we kind of do a little recap for the fans. The contract signing, he kind of threw a fit a little bit, and then later in the night, he caught an RKO.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God. So everybody that decided to interrupt that match between Randy Orton and Solo Sikoa caught an RKO. LA Knight comes out first, attacks Jimmy. Jimmy squabbles away, gets away with a big grin on his face. And then he's backing up, and here comes AJ Styles, hits him from behind, and throws him into the stage monitor. It's the screen, the big screen. They make their way down to the ring. LA Knight and AJ Styles step in there. This was after Randy had pinned Solo Sikoa, because Solo thought he was going to pull a sneaky Samoan spike and caught himself an RKO. I absolutely love that. He's just like, he grabbed Randy and Randy's like, RKO. 1, 2, 3. And then LA Knight, AJ Styles come down to the ring. They all start squabbling back and forth. And LA Knight connects with AJ Styles, knocks him on his ass. And then Randy's like, hey, spins him around, hits him with an RKO. AJ Styles stumbles back up like this, and Randy's like, and they RKO to AJ Styles after mimicking LA Knight. He's just like, RKO. And they, of course, Roman had to come out there and get his ones in there. So, Roman Reigns hits Randy with a Superman punch. Excuse me, with a Superman punch, and walks around the ring smiling, all cocky and stuff. Walks over to Nick Aldis. I'm forgetting names tonight for some reason. I'm super excited about this. It's
awesome. WrestleMania season. You can't help it.
Oh, yes, it is, bro. Yes, it is. Yeah, walks over to Nick Aldis, grabs the contract, signs it, and then goes to hand it back to Nick, and then drops it off to the side just to be disrespectful. Now, then he gets himself all set up to hit a spear on Randy. Randy stumbles up like he's all injured and stuff, and then just as Roman goes for the spear, Randy nails him with an RKO.
The
One of the most
Apex
perfect-
Predator.
One of the most perfect RKOs I have seen in a while. You know, I don't think they're wrong. Randy Orton is known as the legend killer for a reason. He kills legends. I think this might just be one of those legends that he might destroy.
But, you know, we got different calibers in this match. You know, we're talking about Roman Reigns here. We're talking about the Tribal Chief. We're talking about Randy Orton, the Apex Predator. We're talking about a title shot just right to the back of Judas Black's head.
It fell again, man. It fell. There.
We're talking AJ Styles, a man that was a former TNA world champion, another world champion at WWE. We're talking LA Knight, a TNA world champion. This is a match.
Bro, you've got some amazing championship material in that ring. I just have this gut feeling something tells me Randy Orton, but I know they're going to disappoint me and let Roman continue to do that. Sorry, did that go blank there for a minute?
No.
my screen just went like,
oh no.
I was like, uh-oh. But no, as far as the match goes, I've got I would love to see Randy win it. My gut tells me that Randy should win it. Absolutely. Every time my gut feels like it, you know, usually my gut's right. But I'm sure WWE's going to pull that same BS card, and we're going to get Roman Reigns retaining with an interference. So, I mean, it could go any way. You know, honestly, I think this is how it should play out. There should be a back and forth in the match, you know, and there's some interference with Solo and Jimmy, and they take them out, you know, and then Roman's stomping around the ring, smashing people, and catches an RKO, and then Randy hits AJ and LA Knight with an RKO, and then pins AJ. And Randy walks away with the title, leaves Roman looking strong, prepares him to face The Rock at WrestleMania.
Absolutely.
Because there's no reason, absolutely no reason for Roman to have this heading into WrestleMania to face The Rock. None. The Rock doesn't need a title. He's not going to be around long enough. And as soon as Roman's at the WrestleMania, Roman's not planning on being here either, according to Wrestling News. So, I mean, anything's a possibility, brother.
You know, the hoodie speaks for itself. Randy Orton for the win here. Look, he just passed Bruno Sammartino, 1,238 days. Okay. He's the fourth greatest world champion of all time. The fourth greatest. He is not the greatest. He is not the GOAT. Let's shut that shit down now. Randy Orton, John Cena, in my opinion, are the GOATs. Okay, that's just my personal opinion. Them two guys right there, and you know Triple H maybe in at third place. All right, but Roman Reigns is in this God mode right now. No one can beat Roman. Nobody can defeat him. And then you got AJ Styles back to this dark horse persona. He's back to being the bad guy, not caring about the fans, only caring about world title wins. Then you got the babyface, LA Knight. Yeah, dummy.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a fatal four. I'm so excited for that fatal four-way. I mean, I cannot wait to watch that match with you, bro, live. It's going to be a hell of a time. But now we kick into Judas Black's favorite superstar, Logan Paul, at the Royal Rumble to face KO.
I hope
Logan Paul and KO.
I hope, crossing my fingers, that KO hits him with a pop-up powerbomb. He stumbles back up, hits him with a fucking stunner, and ends it. That's what he needs to do. That's what KO needs to do.
So you don't want a good match here out of Logan Paul and KO. You just want a 1, 2, 3. It's over. Wow.
Logan Paul doesn't deserve to carry that title. He is tarnishing the names of WWE legends that have carried that title.
I did see a video with him recently of him taking it into a pawn shop and trying to pawn it for $100,000. This guy, okay, this is why I like Logan Paul. Hear me out. Every once in a while, a bad guy comes along. And you got to just respect the asshole in him. Logan Paul is that asshole. Logan Paul is that dickhead. He is the bad guy that nobody wants to like, that everybody boos, okay? I see, look, he's doing his job right now. His name just irritated you.
Loser. Remember this, Logan Paul. I'm getting ready to step into the wrestling world. I'm training now under one of the greatest, Steve Boz. Remember that.
So was that like a CSW update?
Yes, it is, brother. I am now officially training at CSW up in Chicago, Illinois. River Grove, Illinois. It's actually a little suburb outside of Chicago. Had my first day of training, unfortunately got sick and stuff. And that's why we were down for about a week with stuff. I'm not afraid to tell people, I had some stomach issues going on. And I had to deal with it. And, I didn't get to go to my second day of training. It really bummed me out because I couldn't go up there. So, heading into this week, I will be heading up there. I will be getting more training in, and I am super excited to see all the guys up there. One of my, real top favorites up there, Rafael Quintero. He was on Wrestling with Bros. One of our favorite guests on here, hell of a wrestler, man. Keep it going, Rafael, man. You were just doing an amazing, amazing job right now up there at CSW. I can't wait to actually be more into my training and stuff to where I'm able to actually get in that ring and maybe potentially have a nice little practice match against you. That's going to be one of my goals up at CSW is to face Rafael. That I'm super excited to do. So, but yes, I am headed up there again this week, and I'm going to continue to do it until my training is completed. And hopefully soon enough, y'all fans will be seeing me inside of a squared circle. So,
the match that I'm looking for in the Midwest with Judas Black, as a powerhouse, I felt your power with the spear through a chair in the backyard. There's a lot of power. But another powerhouse, Conan Lycan. Of the Midwest, that big boy. How do you feel about that big boy, man? I mean, let's just go back to the Indies for a minute and talk about HAW's Conan Lycan.
HAW's Conan Lycan, man. I made a stupid joke one time. I said if you took Baron Corbin and Roman Reigns and they had a baby, you have Conan Lycan. That ain't even a comparison, man. This dude blows my mind every time he steps into a ring. Like his performance, the things he can do inside that ring for a man his size. And that's another one, man. When I get into this squared circle, Conan, I've already talked to Austin. I'm down for a match with Austin, but once I get into the squared circle and I get my training done, I am looking forward to a potential future match with you as well. The opportunities are endless of things that can be done in the squared circle with the wrestlers that I can wrestle with, opponents that I can have. It's going to be exciting. This is something that I've been doing, plotting in my mind since I was a little boy. I've always wanted to wrestle, and finally the opportunity to do so has presented itself to me. And I'm super excited. HAW, much love, man. You guys have taken us in like family. Wrestling with Bros has become like a family with HAW. You know, HAW, their matches are top tier. Like these guys put it all on the line. These ladies put it all on the line when it comes to facing each other in that ring to prove to us that us as fans were worthy, that we're worthy of a good match. You know, now it looks like it's official that Su Yung is going to become a big part of HAW as well. Su Yung, you know, is a legend, man. She's a legend in the TNA world. And now,
her in our intro video also.
Oh yeah, she's all over the intro video, man. All over that.
All over.
You know, and I'm looking forward, something that I'm especially looking forward to it's in February. All right, I think it's in February. It's either February or April. Is when Su Yung faces off against Heather Reckless.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, you know, everybody may look down on the idea that Heather Reckless can handle a good match because she's so small, but she's a little fireball, man. She's a little spitfire,
like a little Alexa Bliss,
like a little Alexa Bliss, man. And she can just move around that ring. And her bigger opponents try to make her look weak and, you know, holding her hands up high, and she just cuts them down. She don't give a damn.
I'm not putting down the veteran status of Heather Reckless by any means, but let's, you know, the veteran status of Su freaking Yung in that match. You know, Heather Reckless is going to be on 10 toes, and she's going to have to, you know, be on an A+ game to take down Su Yung.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I'm a Heather Reckless fan, but I was starstruck when I saw Su Yung. That was my childhood. Su freaking Yung, man. Like, we saw her on TNA when we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
Picking up world title wins. Like, come on, man. Who wouldn't be excited over that? And then now we get our other girl that we want you on the show, Heather Reckless. We want you on the show. Shout out. No pressure, but it's
right
time
here, Wrestling with Bros. We want to cover you. We want to cover you, and we want to be able to give you a chance to put the spotlight on yourself and tell us about your career and tell us about the things you've done to make yourself, you know, this known name in households. And, you know, we've had other wrestlers on here, but, you know, we've only had one female on here that I can think of, Noelle. Noelle Summit.
Amazing interview that was.
Man, Noelle, I can't get a hold of you, but I did message you on Instagram, and I hope to hear from you very soon because we want you back on here as well. You know, that interview was awesome. It was different. You know, It had a whole different vibe feel on the show, and you just brought that energy. And I think that episode was like a little over an hour or maybe more. So,
yeah, it was.
It was a good long episode, and, you know, we had multiple guests on the show as well. So, you know, looking forward to 2024, man, to the opportunities that are endless for us here on Wrestling with Bros. There's so many different guests and wrestlers that we can bring on the show, and we hope with 2024 to be able to start presenting more women wrestlers as well. So,
oh yeah, that's a major goal of ours. We respect and we love the women's division of wrestling. We love all wrestling. We want referees. We've had a ring announcer, Trey Bebe, okay, from HAW. We've had wrestlers. We've had one female wrestler, like you said, and we want more female wrestlers. We want referees. We want ring announcers. We want everybody, commentators, owners. We've had owners. Shout out to Danny Maldo for all the opportunities that he's gave us. We learned that we saw a ring get set up. We saw a ring get tear down. I mean, you know, we've been part of the pre-show before the wrestling starts where we get to watch them train. It's been awesome. Like, what?
We've been in the ring, man. Messed around in the ring, just had a good time. Like, you know, I my son just wanted to be in the ring, and he was given the opportunity to be in the ring because of Danny. And my son was running around that ring and wrestling with me, and like, yeah, I'm gonna beat you. It was just great. So absolutely, man, absolutely. The things we did in 2023, we plan to try to double that here in 2024. So something else I would also like to give a huge shout out on is our fans, man. For some reason, I don't know why. I thought we were doing pretty good, on all of our platforms. Out of nowhere, TikTok has blown up.
Out of nowhere.
We are almost to 1,000 followers. Fans, thank you. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the shares. Thanks for the ads to following us on TikTok. 1,000 followers, and we just hope to keep on going. We hope
984 followers as we speak, 1,316 likes, and this has happened over a week.
I think we're at 1,350 people that we're following as well. As you know, as fans, we can only follow so many people in a day. Apparently, TikTok's got some kind of rule against, adding too many people. I guess it makes you look like a bot, like you're just like out there spamming around. And TikTok, that's not what we're doing. We just want our fans to know that we want to share the love with our fans just as much as the fans are sharing love by adding us and following us and liking our stuff. We want to be able to show that. So yeah, we're at 1,350. Tomorrow I plan on adding another handful. Just keep adding you guys a few at a time as the days are going. But man, the numbers are just climbing, and we hope that they keep on going. So
absolutely. And for the first time since the podcast started, we're going to cover WWE 2K24 until its release. Today, there was a picture dropped, and there was a list. I don't know if you saw this sitting on a table.
There's no contest on that. The person that should be on the cover of that game is Bray Wyatt.
Absolutely, but the list was Cody Rhodes' list. So we also had a picture dropped where there was a coffin, and it said WWE 2K24 on it. So that's Undertaker.
Yep.
So no word of Bray Wyatt yet in the community of wrestling. 122, which is tomorrow, WWE 2K24 is dropping a major hint of the game. So we'll have that update for you tomorrow night during the watch along for Monday Night Raw for WWE 2K24's major announcement. The Women's Royal Rumble match. The Women's Royal Rumble match. It's time to debate it. It's time to talk it. I know we talked about it earlier, but now we get to do it for our fans. And I got Bayley taking the W here.
Okay. Why do you think you got Bayley? Why do you think Bayley's going to take it, bro?
There needs to be some disruption in Damage Control. Bayley has not had the title for a while. It's time for Bayley to care about Bayley. It's time for Bayley to do what Bayley does best. Pick up gold out of nowhere.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Bayley had talked a while back about how she thinks that she deserves an opportunity for what the fuck's her name? Io Sky's Women's Raw Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Or SmackDown Championship. So, yeah. She's got the SmackDown title because it's called the WWE Championship is what it's called. I get those mixed up because of the old styles. But she's the WWE Women's Champion. And Bayley had hinted at that a while back. And then we've also seen a lot of, I want to call it betrayal from the other members, making Bayley feel like something's up.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with the decision to bring Kairi Sane into the group. Bringing Asuka into the group. Bayley had no clue any of that was going to happen. And it did. And she just keeps playing it along. But I think, there's a good possibility with what you're saying is there could be a betrayal, and it could be on Bayley's end. Winning the Royal Rumble and heading to WrestleMania to face Io Sky. My thoughts, and this was because of something I've seen. Liv Morgan making her return to win the Women's Royal Rumble match. She's been out a while due to a shoulder injury. And I think that, Royal Rumble season is the season for lots of big surprises. And what would be one more big surprise than Liv Morgan making her return in the Royal Rumble, even at number 30, and winning the match? The possibility. If Liv
being
doesn't
impressive is
return,
coming in at number 1 and going all the way. Coming in at number 1 with Liv Morgan and have her going the distance. That would be interesting to see.
And don't forget the fact that, if Liv doesn't return, my other pick was Becky Lynch, the man, because she's already made it clear to Rhea Ripley, if she wins that match, the Royal Rumble, she is going after Rhea's title. And Rhea said, I'm looking forward to it. So, yeah. No, those are my predictions, Liv Morgan or Becky Lynch.
And then, we got some side news again. We go to TNA real quick. I know I'm everywhere tonight, but I wanted to start it out, and I wanted to, make it go everywhere tonight. Nick Nemeth, or as WWE marks know him, Dolph Ziggler, appears in TNA. I watched this, and he gets right up in Moose's face.
Yep.
Wow. He chose TNA.
Yep. And
but
Moose
he was spotted
in NJPW. Moose thought he was going to pull a fast one and take out Nick Nemeth. And Nick Nemeth made sure that he was very clear on the point that he was there. And he was there for the championship. Hitting him with a zigzag, Moose was down. He had to have his cronies come out and try to stop Nick Nemeth. But Nick Nemeth was already in the crowd. Tore off the overshirt he had, and underneath it said TNA. So, yeah, definitely looking forward to that as well, man. I'm trying to make more time to get more into these other shows with TNA and AEW and whatnot, because, we promised one thing to our fans, and that was that we were going to try to cover more things than just WWE. But, we're so familiar with WWE that it's in our background.
And we're WWE guys.
Yeah.
That's what we watch. That's what we
always watched. But we got to try to cover other news, Even the small circuits, the little indie shows. Those are just as important as the big shows, because that's what fans want. They want to hear about everything and anything wrestling. Like we've always done. We've always talked anything and everything wrestling. And that's why we decided to start this podcast in the first place. I've got a couple ideas that I'm kind of fishing in the dark on here for podcast episodes. The first one foremost being match of the week. That'd be a segment we can do that we're going to be doing on the show. It's called Match of the Week, and I'm going to go ahead and call out what I think was the match of the week. And this goes out to our boy Seth Rollins for being so strong to keep pulling on through that match and to pick up the victory for his world championship, even with the knee tear. His match against Jinder Mahal, Seth proved why he is the world heavyweight champion and why we continue to cheer for him week in and week out. So good job, Seth. Congratulations. Our match of the week goes to you for giving us exactly what we want week in and week out. And we hope that you get better here soon. Another thing that I'm talking about potentially doing for an episode, and hopefully we can get this one going here pretty quick soon. It's called Back to the Past Watch Along. Basically, essentially with those, what we will do is we will pick an old match, an old pay-per-view, something, and we'll cover it on a watch along, just like we do our current ones.
Okay.
We'll set the pay-per-view up, we'll set the watch along up, and we'll sit down and we'll watch some wrestling. Old school. old school, middle school, new school, everything.
That match of the week idea. Can we each pick one?
Hmm?
I'm gonna go with Jeff Hardy versus Darby Allin on AEW. I don't know if you got to watch the highlights for that match yet,
Not yet. I haven't. I did see the advertisement for it though.
bro. It was something else, man. You got to really, when you have time. I know you work a full-time job plus overtime. You got 2 kids. You're a busy family man, but when you get the time, man, check out this match. AEW Darby Allin versus Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy came back out of nowhere. Look, he's been botching like crazy recently. I mean, this guy,
Yeah.
he's been having a hard time in the ring, and then out of nowhere, what a 4.5 star match with Darby Allin out of nowhere. So Jeff Hardy back to being Jeff Hardy, doing what he does best. But we put it off all night long. Monday, or not Monday Night Raw, the men's Royal Rumble match. Man, there's
Man,
a
this
thing.
could go anywhere, man, because you already know that Randy, AJ, and LA Knight are not going to be in the Rumble.
No.
Those were all picks of potential winners for the Royal Rumble match. Now you've got CM Punk. You've got Cody Rhodes. And the last time somebody won the men's Royal Rumble match 2 years in a row was Stone Cold. And so they're saying there's a good potential that if Cody Rhodes is supposed to finish the story at this point, it could be at the Royal Rumble by picking up the victory in the Rumble and going on to WrestleMania to face Roman Reigns to finish off for the title. That's why I tell you, man, there's just so many different potentials for matches for Roman. Roman could lose the title at the Rumble, go on to WrestleMania to face The Rock for the head of the table tribal chief spot. You could have Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. You could have Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes instead for Roman Reigns' title. There's just so many possibilities, just depending on who wins the Royal Rumble match. And there's a lot of talks that CM Punk is supposed to win the men's Royal Rumble, but I don't want that. He hasn't been back long enough to be given a win in a Royal Rumble match. I think he needs to put some time in before he is handed a title opportunity. Also, before he's given an opportunity to win a Rumble. Cody Rhodes won last year, but honestly, somebody else that could win it? Gunther. Gunther already called his spot in the match. He already called it and said, "I'm going to be in this match." There's other likes in there. Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley could win it.
You know what I'm hoping for? I'm hoping we hear that dump, and here comes the beast himself.
Beast incarnate.
We want Brock versus Gunther. Look, the Royal Rumble is how this gets set up, okay? Either Gunther eliminates Brock or Brock eliminates Gunther. One of the two. And then that sets it up. That's what we want at Mania, okay? WWE, if you're watching this, or if anybody from WWE is watching this, we want Gunther versus Brock bad.
For the Intercontinental title.
That's what we want. Put the mid card on Brock Lesnar. Put the mid card title on Brock Lesnar. I guarantee it's a nice, healthy run.
Ain't nobody in the Intercontinental division going to be able to take that title from him. They're going to make a match 5-on-1. He's going to take every one of them out.
So who's your pick? So your pick is Cody?
Yes. Yep.
My pick for the Royal Rumble, I don't see Brock winning it, but I see Brock returning during the Rumble. So that's my return for the Rumble. I don't know if you want to pick one. I definitely got Brock making a comeback.
Return for the Rumble. There ain't many people out, is there?
No.
I mean, you know what would be a huge surprise for fans?
Huh.
Big E.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, because his doctor said he's 100%. So,
What if Big E won the Rumble this year?
returns and wins.
That'd be big.
Yeah.
So you know Punk's gonna be in the main event of Mania. So you don't want him to win the Rumble. So do you have Punk win the Chamber then?
I guess if he has to win something.
If he has to win something, do you pick the Chamber?
Honestly, I hope he gets into another backstage fight and gets fired.
Damn. So you're not impressed by the current run in WWE by Punk?
I guess I shouldn't talk too much shit. He is from the area where I'm training out of.
I mean, it's been a decent comeback, honestly.
Yeah, he's
So
doing
far.
good right now. I mean, so far he hasn't been too out of control. I mean, he's made some snide remarks and smart comments, but you know, anybody's going to do that when they're being ditched down on. So, you know, here's the hoping everything goes okay. Here's the hoping that maybe at some point he can do something impressive to make me excited for his return.
I don't see it happening. I don't see that happening. When hell freezes over.
That's
Okay,
kind
look.
of like trying to say I hope Logan Paul does something that impresses me. I mean, some of the
Now
shit
Logan Paul has been impressive, okay? He has put on some highlight plays. Logan Paul's been impressive.
He's
I don't
also
think you
been
gotta
carried
like
in
me.
several matches too.
You don't have to like the man, but he's
He
been
was
impressive.
carried by Rey Mysterio in their match. he was carried by Roman Reigns in their match.
He
Like,
just started. It's his name. It's his name that sells tickets, not his ability. It's his name that puts on the tickets. When you hear Logan Paul, you think, oh. When you think Jake Paul, you think, oh. In the boxing world, you know, you instantly want to see what's going on with it. Not a fan of the Paul brothers, huh?
I don't have a problem with Jake Paul,
Well, Jake Paul's the bigger asshole out of both of them.
but I've never really met him or heard him. So,
well, go watch some Jake Paul clips. You won't like him either. So my pick to win the Rumble, man, going with my boy CM Punk. I just foresee, you know, I mean, but that looks too obvious in my opinion. I think they want us to think that Punk's going to win. I don't think Punk's going to win. I really hope what you said, Big E comes back. You know, that sounds really interesting. Big E comes back, wins the Rumble. You know, put the World Heavyweight title match as the Rumble match. If Seth has to relinquish that title, make the World Heavyweight title match part of the Rumble. They just did that with Brock's title a few years ago.
Yep.
They can do it again.
Didn't Brock win that?
No, Brock lost.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's how they took the belt off without making him look weak.
Well, it didn't make him look weak. Anybody would have been fucked in that situation.
Yeah, honestly. You got 29 of the guys against you. And nobody's Brock's friend in that company. Nobody likes Brock Lesnar. Like Brock said, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money and kick ass and go home. So we move into that part of the show, unfortunately, where we got to give our honorable mentions. What do you want to mention tonight, brother?
Oh, man.
That's a hard one. You need to.
Did we already do all the matches?
We already did all the matches.
Man, that went quick.
45 minutes.
Oh, man. Yeah, we sure the fuck did. that went so quick. So,
but we'll be back tomorrow night.
Honorable mentions going out tonight. You know, the two of my favorites. Honestly, I'm gonna go two of them. Liv Morgan, hoping that you return at the Royal Rumble for the women's match, and Big E. As far as I understand, you both are doing pretty well, doing pretty good. I know that Liv Morgan did have a little bit of trouble a while back for getting pulled over for, I think it was a DUI, wasn't there? Weed, no, marijuana. That's what it was. But they
Yeah.
didn't really push the issue with that, and WWE didn't really cause her too much hell for that. So, shout out to Liv Morgan, honorable mention, hoping that you come back at the Rumble. Same with Big E. I hope my predictions are true. It's WrestleMania season. We need you guys back. We need you guys back in the field because we're about to lose one of our best ones. With Seth Rollins potentially having to go out due to injury. There's still so far nothing has changed with the potential plan of CM Punk versus Seth Rollins for the world title at WrestleMania. That's still a match on the card. So I think they're waiting until Raw to remove it. I think that they're doing that to kind of get people like, is he really that injured? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think what's going to happen on Raw is Seth is he's gonna come out, he's gonna say his piece, and he's gonna end up saying, I got to relinquish this, and I don't really want to, but unfortunately, due to health conditions and reasons, I do have to take some time off. So shout out to you as well tonight, Seth. Hoping that you get well soon and get back in the ring at 100%. And while you're out, man, just have get your back looked at too, because the way I'm understanding, your back's not doing too well either. So
Shout out, I got two. Shout out to Seth Rollins. Man, you've been holding it down. You've been burning it down, brother. You've been doing what you do best, and that's entertain us. And now it's time to take a break. It's time to go sit down. It's time to rest your knee, rest your back, get the proper surgeries that you need to get done, take the proper steps after the surgery. Go to rehab, physical rehab, whatever you need, and then come back. So I hope you get better soon. And shout out to my boy Brock Lesnar. I hope we see Brock Lesnar in that Rumble match. I hope we see some suplexes. It'd be nice to see Randy and Brock, both my guys back in the ring on the same night. That'd be pretty cool. And one more. I know, one more. Sting on his final run. It's almost the end of Sting's career revolution in his last match. So shout out to Sting. It's been you've had a hell of a career, man. You are a true Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer and a trooper, man. You just keep on chucking along, Sting, because you deserve everything that you've been given in your life, and being a Hall of Famer and everything. You deserve everything you've gotten. So keep on chucking, man, and just know that even though your wrestling career is coming to a close, that part of that chapter of your life, you still got lots that you could do in the wrestling world to prepare the future and getting those ready that are going to step in the ring behind you after you step out. So,
absolutely. So, I'm Big Baby Ben,
Judas Black, and this has been another amazing episode of Wrestling with Bros.